Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
The coronavirus pandemic has caused major disruptions to daily life, with children feeling these changes deeply. And while some parents and students are excited at the possibility of returning to school, others are feeling anxious or afraid. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley talked with mental health experts today on how parents can support both their own and their child's mental health in a time of uncertainty.
Starting a new school year is already a stressful time, let alone during a global pandemic.
There's a lot of fear, there's a lot of worries, there's a lot of anxieties.
And because most schools' fall plans won't be finalized at least until the end of the month, another 2 weeks in limbo is adding extra stressors to both kids and parents.
Some of those anxieties might be, my kids aren't getting the best education that they could receive. I'm not qualified to be a teacher. Now I'm going to work full time and I'm going to teach and I'm going to be a mom.
Both Youngbauer and Richter say if that's the case in your family, it's important to have open conversations and healthy ways of dealing with your anxieties.
Everybody feels things very differently, and just really recognizing that it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to be nervous. It's okay to be stressed.
Practice deep breathing and mindfulness exercises with them. There are all kinds of different apps for your phone that you can download, different relaxation exercises that are fun for kids.
What can we do right now to help you feel a little bit better?
Adding, it's not a bad thing to feel overwhelmed or anxious about these uncertain times. However, both Youngbauer and Richter stress the importance of staying far away from those what ifs and say to only tackle one problem at a time.
When we start noticing that our mind is going down the rabbit hole, how do we stop that? How can we learn ways to just focus on this one thing that's right in front of us right now?
In Fargo, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
Some big news coming from the North Dakota High School Activities Association. The members voted unanimously today to allow high school sports as planned this fall. NDHSAA staff says they will continue to work closely with the State Department of Health and the governor's office as the school year approaches. Guidelines for a safe return to competition will be shared next week. We have more information on our website at valleynewslive.com. We will also have much more on this story tonight on Valley News Live at 10. Well, as we just mentioned, there is still a lot of uncertainty surrounding the fall school year, and there are some concerns with remote learning. Experts say it exposes inequalities in the education system when it comes to student access to the internet and a laptop. A study says there could be a COVID-19 slide, with students going into a fall a full year behind on their math learning compared to a typical school year. For some parents, tutors are an option.
It's impossible to take exactly what we did in a brick and mortar building and put that into an online environment.
I think every student is different, so that's important to consider. We do offer both Zoom and in-center for our family.
We'll have all our back to school coverage on our website at valleynewslive.com. You'll find our stories under the back to school section. North Dakota is reporting 104 new cases of COVID-19 in the state, along with another death. In total, 89 deaths have been linked to the virus in the state. There are now 783 active cases. 38 people are in the hospital. 3,796 are listed as recovered. The Minnesota Department of Health is reporting 611 new cases of COVID-19 today, bringing the active case count to 4,531. 8 new deaths are also reported, bringing the death toll to 1,526. 38,290 people are listed as recovered from the virus. Well, it's been a beautiful day throughout the valley. Now to check in with the First Alert Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson.
Beth, thanks so much. Temperatures outside have heated up after some morning thunder showers passing through the FM area delivered about a half inch to the northern metro. Those storms well off to the east now in the Arrowhead of Minnesota. A few clouds out in Grand Forks from our Home of Economy camera there. Temperatures in Fargo will still be in the 80s in the 8 o'clock hour, cooling off a bit. It looks very quiet across the region. The evening planner, as we set things in motion, shows temperatures in the upper 70s and low 80s, dipping down into the 70s by bedtime tonight. It does look like our thunder shower chances are going to be quiet tonight, but that's not the case For your Friday, it is a first alert weather day, and the risks have increased for damaging straight line wind and tornado activity. More numerous storms as well, mainly from Grand Forks through Fargo and into Lakes Country. We'll keep you posted on that, and I'll have an hour-by-hour forecast to break it down and help you time out when that severe weather threat may approach your area here in a few moments. Beth?
All right, thank you so much, Hutch. Well, the group One Fargo accuses the police department of not thoroughly investigating its own. An internal investigation released yesterday found allegations of officer misconduct was unfounded. 19-year-old Larry Pope accused police of racially profiling and illegally searching him. Wes Filame of One Fargo says he stands behind Pope's story, but adds that if it didn't happen, Pope should speak up.
The police department can no longer continue to investigate itself. These events are happening in too quick of a succession of one another. They're always constantly ending up on the right side.
Filame says a third party should investigate Pope's complaint, including providing a lineup of the officers he accused of misconduct. Fargo police say they couldn't find any evidence to show Pope interacted with an officer. A federal jury has cleared a West Fargo officer of wrongdoing after a man sued the city for excessive force. The suit was brought on by 32-year-old Donovan Weiss in federal court. Weiss accused a West Fargo police officer of using his canine to attack him twice as the officer punched him several times. But today, a jury sided with the officer. In a statement, the West Fargo Police Department thanked the jury for their time in making this decision. A City of West Fargo employee was rescued after being stuck under a riding lawnmower. He was trimming the grass along the railroad tracks this afternoon on Center Street near 7th Avenue Northeast. The West Fargo Fire Department said he was trimming too close to the edge, which caused the lawnmower to flip on him. The man ended up rolling down the embankment near the underpass. The City of West Fargo says the public and the other city staff managed to pull him out. He complained that his back hurt but did not appear to be seriously injured. He was treated and refused to go to the hospital, even though he was advised to do so. The individual's name was not released. 2 teens were taken to the hospital after they crashed in a ditch. The Minnesota State Patrol says the crash happened on Highway 71 at around midnight. 19-year-old Christopher Jewell from Minneapolis was driving, and authorities say alcohol was involved in the crash. He was taken to the hospital in Park Rapids, but is expected to be okay. His passenger was a 16-year-old girl from Bemidji who was taken to the Fargo Hospital. She's also expected to be okay. Later on Valley News Live at 6, mask mandates are being adopted at more major retailers. Where you'll need a mask and when those rules go into place is still to come.
We have some dashes of shower activity in the valley as we started our day. Those have shifted well off to the east heading through the afternoon. The heat is on as well in the Central Plains. It's heading this way, so is the humidity. That will combine to create pretty volatile weather. Your hour-by-hour forecast is next.